Hi everyone, I'm WFA Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. Severe thunderstorm watch until midnight tonight. That includes the Metroplex, although right now the Metroplex, the thunderstorms have shifted to the south, but there's still a watch until midnight tonight. You can see we have one little, I don't know that I'm seeing any lightning with this thunderstorm. This is down here in southern Dallas County, just a little bit of rain around Lancaster. The rest of the Metroplex is in the clear. We do have one severe thunderstorm warning, and now a tornado warning has been issued for Navarro County. This is until 9 o'clock tonight. This has it is just now at this moment coming in. This is south of the Metroplex, of course. Gun Barrel City, Cedar Creek Lake, a tornado warned storm in Navarro County that goes until 9 o'clock tonight. So we have a little, Jason, can we turn the lightning off on this storm? Let's turn the lightning off on that one. And as we do that, there we go. See, we have a little bit of a hook here on this. Take a look at, we have meteorologist Jesse Huila here in the Weather Center with me as well. So we have let's put a track on that. So let's go from where the rotation, we don't have any confirmation of anything taking place here, but we do have one tornado warning. Again, all the activity right now is south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Tornado warned storm right now in Navarro County. That'll arrive in Montfort at 8:44, Powell 8:57, Goodloe at 9:05, Trinidad at 9:17. That's the latest on that storm. That's the arrival time there with that system. Let's zoom off to the west just a moment. Let me show you what's happening over there. This is to the west of Hillsboro. It's a storm that's been weakening, but there's a severe thunderstorm warning for Bosque Hill, Johnson, and Somervell County. So it's going to be, right now we're here in Bosque County. We've had some quarter to $half size hail, even some golf ball size hail reported with this storm. So some large hail with this thunderstorm. Again, this is west of Hillsboro. Here is the 35 split and 35W, 35E. Just north of Hillsboro is where 35 comes together. So that's where we have one severe thunderstorm warning. That thunderstorm warning goes until 9:15, and that is for hail. That thunderstorm there is for hail. Let's take a look at North Texas, Jason. Let me show you what's happening across the area right now. We just have these two thunderstorms. This one thunderstorm, this was the one that started up in Hood County about 6 o'clock tonight, I believe. 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight in Hood County. It moved through Johnson County, moved across Ellis County, and then it has now moved into Navarro County, where we have this one thunderstorm. So that's it. I'll come back to that storm in just a moment, but as we take a look at the timing, everything by 10 o'clock is falling apart. I mean, there's nothing up in the Metroplex right now, and I do want people to know. So let's do this. We're on streaming right now. I want to go on TV, Dion. Can we do that? Who's up in the control room? Okay, so Jason, let's load this back up. I do want to go on TV right now. And what do we have on TV at this moment? I know we're on WFA Plus, so I want to get set up to go on TV to let people know about the Navarro County storm. So if you guys could talk to Lee, okay, and let me know. We're gonna stay here on WFA Plus, but we're also going to transition over to regular TV and let folks know just exactly what's going on, because right now we're just on our WFA Plus app. And as we do that, we'll let folks know about the thunderstorm watch.
They're talking to the hub. Do you want us to roll it open?
We can roll a severe weather open, and you can keep this up right here. We will roll a severe weather open, and just let me know when we, okay. We're gonna hang here for just a moment. This is our one tornado warned storm. It is Navarro County. That's south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is Gun Barrel City. This is Cedar Creek Lake. So just to give you a little bit of a little perspective here. Tornado. Now, we don't have any confirmation that any, and Lee, go ahead and just tell me whenever you guys are ready to roll on regular TV, but just let everybody know that let's go on as quickly as we can. There's no confirmation that anything's happening right now with this storm. The area of rotation on that storm moving southeast of Rice has crossed over I-45. It's moving southeast toward Highway 31, and it currently seems to be maintaining its rotation aloft with some intensity. Again, this is Doppler radar indicated, no confirmation that anything's happening. We don't have any eyewitnesses that are seeing any rotation. We don't have any eyewitnesses that are seeing, anything touching down, but Doppler radar is indicating, okay, 5-4, we're gonna count in here. Hi everyone, I'm WFA Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for North Texas, and we now have a tornado warned storm south of the Metroplex. It's for Navarro County. That goes until 9 o'clock tonight. This is a thunderstorm that developed a couple of hours ago in Hood County. It then rolled south of the Metroplex through Johnson County, through Ellis County. It has now exited Ellis County, and it still has some rotation here. Now it's rotation aloft. There's no confirmation that there's anything on the ground, but Doppler radar is indicating that we do have a tornado warned storm right now, a storm that could possibly have some rotation. And the area of rotation on that storm, it's moved southeast of Rice. Okay, you can see where Ennis is. It's south. Let's zoom in just a little bit here. Here's Navarro County. It's southeast of Rice. It's crossed over 45. Now we could put our rotation symbol on here. So there's Rice. Here's our area of rotation right there. Now again, this is aloft. It's moving toward Highway 31. And as it moves toward Highway 31, the rotation is still, and then eventually, here's Cedar Creek Lake, and then eventually off to the southwest, west-southwest of Cedar Creek Lake. But it's not moving toward the lake right now. But we do want to give you an update on just exactly what's taking with this tornado warned storm that is in Navarro County, okay? Navarro County, that's south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's north of Corsicana, moving toward Cairns, okay? And then eventually on down toward Crossroads. But the tornado warned storm, there's the rotation. It's not as well defined as it was just a couple of minutes ago, but a tornado warned storm nonetheless. Let's put a track on that. Let me show folks exactly. You can see where it is right now, and you can certainly see where it's going. It'll arrive in Montfort here momentarily. That's 8:39, so that's any moment now. Powell at 8:52. Kearns at arrival times at 8:59. Goodloe 9:01. Trinidad 9:12. Round Prairie at 9:15. That's the latest on this storm. Let's take a look at what's happening across the Metroplex, because all's quiet right now in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I do not have any confirmation that anything is on the ground. It's a Doppler radar indicated tornado warning until 9 o'clock for Navarro County. All quiet. Let's show the Metroplex, Jason, please. All quiet up here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We do have more thunderstorms in the forecast as we head through the day tomorrow, but back to that storm to the south of the Metroplex in Navarro County, moving toward Cuyahoga. That storm will arrive in these locations at these times. Wrapping up a little bit, not nearly as intense. Doppler radar indicated the storm's moving to the southeast at about 30 miles an hour. It'll arrive in Bezette at 8:52, Powell at 8:56, Cairns at 9:02, Goodloe at 9:04, and Trinidad at 9:13. So right now, the thunderstorm is intense. At a minimum, you're looking at some quarter, maybe up to golf ball size hail. In addition to that, you're also looking at some damaging winds. I have no reports of a tornado on the ground. I have no eyewitness reports of a tornado right now at all, but there is a tornado warning for Navarro County until 9 o'clock. Make sure you keep it right here and we will keep you updated. Right now, back to our regular programming. What's happening? Has a tornado warning on it in Navarro County, and we are back on plus right now. Navarro County, a tornado warning until 9 o'clock tonight. The storm meteorologist Jesse Hawila is with me here as well. And Jesse, as I look at this storm, there's still a little bit of a notch, still a little bit of a hook with this storm. Not nearly as well defined as it was just a few moments ago, but certainly, Jesse, a hook is there, and that warning does go until 9 o'clock. It's for another 20 minutes. Your analysis on this right now as this storm moves toward Cairns and then eventually out of the WFAA viewing area here in just a few minutes. What's your analysis, Jesse, on this storm? A lot of lightning, also certainly some hail and some gusty winds with this storm.
Absolutely. So, you know, we were watching this storm with the same type of signature, the same hook look, even before it was tornado warned, and there were no confirmation of any funnels, wall clouds, or anything like that. So we saw the warning get issued. I'm looking at velocity right now. In fact, we'll put that on for you. And I mean, listen, if you're under the tornado warning, you need to seek shelter. There's no doubt about that. There's no reason to not do so. But if it brings you any comfort, the rotation is awfully weak and broad at this point. Even with the radar beam being as far away as it is, it's shooting a little bit higher into the storm, and there's a little bit of rotation, but it looks raggedy, broad on the weaker side. Now, does that mean if you live in Cairns or you live in Navarro County, that doesn't mean you don't go to your safe place. That doesn't mean you disregard the tornado warning by any means. I'm just saying right now as it stands, and it could change, the rotation really just kind of a weaker signature. So the hail threat remains the same. We've seen kind of quarter, $half size hail, maybe up to golf ball in a couple of spots. But right now, you know, Pete, as I look at this, I would say, obviously stay in your safe place, but rotation's pretty broad and on the weaker side.
Yeah, it is pretty broad. And to your point, you know, this we've been watching this storm for quite a while now as it moves toward Cairns. We've been watching it for quite some time, and as it continues to drop off to the southeast at about 30 to 35 miles an hour, we do want you to know if you live anywhere in this part of Navarro County, south of the Metroplex, you certainly need to be alert. We do have a little bit of a hail core with this as well. Jason, let's analyze the hail within this thunderstorm too. The hail's probably about an inch in diameter, maybe, you know, a quarter, $half size hail, which is, you know, yep, there we go. And remember, these hail estimates oftentimes are overdone by just a little bit. So, you know, I think quarter to $half size hail is reasonable with that. Can we look at the storm intensity also, Jason, the strength of the storm? I know that's something else that we look at with that. And you can, and there we go. Here's Cairns. So this is that northeast corner of Navarro County as we watch that storm move off to the southeast. And you can see it's intense, but the intensity is mainly focused on It's mainly focused on the hail size right now. So it's northeastern Navarro County. And we can, from there, Jason, let's put the velocity on there for just a moment. And that will show the winds within the thunderstorm itself. And there we go. You can see, yeah, we do have rotation, but Jesse, you're right. It's certainly broad. It's this area right here. We have this, the red, of course, is the velocity, the winds going away from the radar. The green, of course, is the velocity or the winds going toward the radar. Right where they intersect is right where we have the potential rotation. I've had no confirmation from any law enforcement officials, from any storm chasers that are in this area, or just any folks that live in this area, that they're seeing anything. Nothing has touched down that we've heard of. Nothing has been reported rotating. So we don't have any confirmation. This is 100% Doppler radar indicated. Jesse, am I missing something here? Is this just, I haven't seen anything other than Doppler radar indicated. Is that true?
That's correct. Yeah, this rotation, there were a couple scans there that looked a little suspect, where the rotation was a little bit tighter, but since then, and I'm looking at the latest scan right now.
It's pretty broad, isn't it?
It is pretty broad, and that's good news.
Okay. Yep, definitely good news. These things have a tendency to strengthen and then weaken, and it's hopefully it's in its weakening phase right now. Gun Barrel City, Cedar Creek Lake, just to give you a little perspective. You could put the velocity back on, I'm sorry, the reflectivity back on, and as you do that, you can also put on a storm track just so folks can see exactly, you know, where that is. And just to give you a little perspective of the arrival time there, the lake that, of course, that you're looking at just south of Kearns, that is Richland Chambers. Cedar Creek, of course, is off to the northeast. Richland Chambers down to the south, again south of Kearns, south of Powell. They're around Navarro, but Richland Chambers, that's the reservoir in that area there. So as you look at this storm, it arrives in Bezette any moment now. What time is it? It's 8:45, so just a couple of minutes for Bezette. That's the arrival time there. It'll arrive in Powell at 8:55. There's Kearns, 9:01, Goodloe, 9:03, Trinidad, 9:13, Rural Shade, 9:18, Crossroads at 9:33. Again, the rotation, the hook, it's still there. It's just not nearly as pronounced, not nearly as well defined as it was, you know, an hour ago, because there's been a hook on this storm. Jesse, what's your estimate? How long do you think there's been a hook on this storm? An hour or more?
Yeah, there really has been. Since even parts of Ellis County, we were watching even west of Ennis, it had a hook on it. And there were people that spotted in that location that hadn't seen anything suspect at the time, and the rotation had stayed pretty broad. And then once it got into Navarro, it got just a little bit tighter, but it's kind of getting more broad as you know, as the time has gone on. So yeah, it has had this signature for quite some time. Yeah,
it sure has. And right now it does appear it's in a weakening trend, it broadening out, starting to weaken, but still a tornado. And you can see that they've actually, the tornado warned area looks like it's shrunk a little bit. It's kind of gotten a little smaller. So here's Richland Chambers, here's Cedar Creek. Jason, would you turn the lightning on? Because I know a lot of folks, you know, headed out to the lake for the weekend. There's certainly a lot of lightning here in this entire area. So you can see the number of strikes in the last 15 minutes. About the last 15 minutes, we've seen 352 lightning strikes, 348. So this is just live information that we have here. And we do want to keep you updated. So again, this warning goes until 9 o'clock tonight. It is a tornado warning for Navarro County. And again, it will exit the WFA viewing area here in the next 15 minutes or so. The warning only goes for another 12, 13 minutes or so at this point. So let's take a little wider look, and then I'll get into the forecast that I was going to give you just a few moments ago. All quiet up here in the Metroplex. There's no severe weather in the Metroplex for the rest of the night. I do have one thunderstorm. Let's take a look at this thunderstorm. It's a hail producer. It's outside. It's east of Hillsborough right now. So here is Hill County. This is southern Johnson County. And this is a hail-producing thunderstorm. This is one that has produced some golf ball size hail. We expect this storm to continue to, still an intense thunderstorm, still a severe thunderstorm warning until 9 o'clock, west of Hillsborough, south of Blum. That thunderstorm warning goes until 9:15. It's in the process, it's weakening right now. We don't see this all model data indicates that it will weaken before it reaches the Metroplex, and maybe just some rain if anything at all is left on that one. And Jesse, as you look at this storm down here in the west side of Hill County, talk to us for just a moment about any weakening characteristics that you're seeing on this storm.
Yeah, as we kind of go back in time here on reflectivity, I did see some reports of some pretty big hail north of Meridian, and you kind of watch the hail core kind of dissipate over the last couple of scans. If we go back a little bit, there's a couple of things.
Turn that lightning off for just a second, please. There we go. Thank you.
There's a couple things to note. Number one is that it appears the cell is splitting. So if we kind of put a loop on it for just a second, Jason, thanks so much. You'll see that it's starting to split a little bit. Now, we'll see what we call the left mover does as it moves farther to the north, but it does show signs that it is weakening, especially there if you see how it's splitting off a little bit to the south. So the southern side of that storm is splitting a little bit. So we'll just zoom in here. I'll just show you here. So here it is right here. You see how that's kind of breaking off a little bit? So there's still some large hail near Blum. So that severe thunderstorm warning is going to be for $1/4 to $half, maybe up to golf ball size hail.
We're getting reports right now, Jesse, in that area of quarter size hail.
Of quarter size hail.
Yeah.
So
it's really weakened and come down.
Good. Yeah, and just to give even more perspective to that, Jason, if you don't mind zooming out to show you that it's getting weaker, we have watched. Sorry, I got distracted. The Cedar Hill Tower cam looks amazing.
It does. I was watching that too.
We had confirmation here north of Meridian of 2-inch hail, which is like the size of an egg. And now we're getting confirmation of hail out of this that is the size of a quarter. So it's reduced its hail size by half because it was 2 inches, now it's 1 inch. So it is coming down in intensity, but we'll keep an eye on that as it moves to the northeast. Jason, can you put up the Cedar Hill Tower cam?
He can, or maybe Dion or John.
Or somebody.
Can.
It looks.
I don't know who is in the control room. There it is. You can see. Boy, look at that.
You see lightning.
Right
I got distracted. Yeah, I was distracted for a second
Yeah.
there. You can actually see there on the left side of your screen, that is the supercell. So we're looking southwest. So we're looking toward that thunder.
Yes.
This is the thunderstorm that we're just talking about.
The one in Hill County.
The one in Hill County, yeah.
Yep. No question. Pretty impressive looking thunderstorm.
There's
right
the lightning. Yeah, you can actually see some cloud to cloud, some cloud to ground.
I missed the lightning.
Watch here. Give it a second. It'll do it.
No, there it is. Okay.
See some cloud to ground. That's pretty
Yeah.
wild. That's your supercell thunderstorm. That's a wide view of it. So this camera, I think, is 1,600 feet.
Is it 16 or 600?
600, maybe 600.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I'll have to look at my notes.
So it's pretty high up there. Either way, hundreds of feet up, and you're getting a wide view. Now look, this is from Cedar Hill. Jason, if you want to go back to radar, can we do a distance measure of where that thunderstorm is and where, this is essentially by Joe Pool Lake, this camera.
Yeah.
From Cedar Hill, we'll just kind of run a distance between the two.
Yep.
Yeah, no, take your time, you're good. Just to give you an idea just how gigantic these storms can be.
Here's Joe Pool. So here's Joe Pool. That camera, it's about 45, can't see the banner. Here we go. Oh, 37 miles.
37, yeah.
That's pretty far. I remember, Jesse, there was people talk about lightning, and we can go over to that Navarro County one and just kind of look at that. But and go back to that camera real fast, that Cedar Hill camera, if we can. I know we're running Jason around here tonight. John's putting it up. Well, look at that. Did you see that, Jesse? See the lightning coming out of that?
It's awesome.
Yeah,
That's quite a
very
sight
intense
there.
thunderstorm. Well, I'm sorry, what were you guys saying?
Is that coming from the weather computer?
Yeah, but the tornado warned storm, that one appears to be weakening as far as the rotation goes. The storm is still, and we can go back to the radar, that storm is still capable of producing large hail that could be quarter, maybe up to golf ball size. Now that's the one in Navarro County. So the rotation on that storm here in Navarro County, you can see that warning continues to, that warned area continues to shrink, if you will, or get smaller. But again, here's Richland, Chambers Lake, Kearns, Cedar Creek Lake. Again, I don't want to say I'm not concerned. I don't want to say that I'm not concerned about this storm, but I'm certainly not as concerned as I was 25 minutes ago, because it's really in a weakening phase right now, but still an intense thunderstorm that could certainly produce some large hail. You know, that quarter, maybe up to baseball size hail. So if you live anywhere around Malakoff, which is the south end of Cedar Creek Lake, Crossroads, Kearns, I don't know that it's going to make it to Crossroads. It probably not in its current intense form. but as it moves through this part of Navarro County, northeast of Corsicana, you can see Corsicana, but northeast of Corsicana, there was some concern earlier. Technically, the warning goes until 9 o'clock tonight, so that's another 6 minutes or so. But right now, the storm is definitely in a weakening phase. So, Jason, we're going to keep an eye on this, but let's kind of let me walk them through the forecast here as we take a look at what's happening. So let's go out to our DMA map on this radar and just let folks know we just have the 2 thunderstorms. The one down there in Navarro County, then we have another one here in Hill County. And this one, as Jesse mentioned, that one's really weakening pretty quickly. It went from 2-inch hail to 1-inch hail in, I don't know, I don't even know that it was a full hour. It might have been less than that. Now let's go to the model data. So it's almost 9 o'clock now, 8:54. That's the way things look at 10 o'clock. And again, this isn't like down to the exact location, but it's usually pretty close. But all the activity by 10 o'clock is to the southeast of the Metroplex in a weakening phase, probably just a little bit of rain in about an hour. So there's 11 o'clock tonight. You can kind of take me through, and then we'll go through I don't have my clicker over here. You guys can take me through or just press that for me, if you will. There's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So it's quiet overnight. This is noon tomorrow, quiet. Then as we head through the afternoon, I do have a few more thunderstorms popping up at 3 p.m. There's 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6, 7, 8, and then let's go to 9. So the window of time today for severe weather was 4 to 8 p.m. The window of time tomorrow is 4 to 8 p.m. And that's why we have a WFAA weather alert day in place for tomorrow. And the reason we have one tomorrow versus today is tomorrow I expect today's rain coverage 20%, quarter size hail or a little larger. Tomorrow it's a little different situation. Tomorrow it's 4 to 8 p.m., but it's hail that could be up to golf ball size, maybe a little bit bigger than that. So golf ball, what's bigger than that? Tennis ball? Golf ball, maybe tennis ball, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Tomorrow, like today, is not a tornadic situation. Again, we've had no reports of any rotation on that storm other than Doppler radar indicated that in Navarro County. But what you need is you need to stay updated. You need to have a way to receive warnings, and you need to download the WFA Plus app to your TV. As we take a look at the next thing I have here in this show, you can see from 4 to 8 p.m. tomorrow, that's our severe weather window. It's the hail that I just described and the wind I just described, and it's for all of North Texas. So again, this evening, the difference between today and tomorrow, today, rain coverage 20%, and we achieve that. Tomorrow, it's about 40%, okay? And tomorrow's hail has the potential to be larger than today or this evening's hail. So that's why we did the WFA Weather Alert Day for tomorrow. A little more widespread, maybe twice as widespread tomorrow as today, and the hail size certainly bigger. The potential's bigger tomorrow than today. Now let's take a look at that timing as we head through tomorrow night. I believe that's the next element here that we can look at. This is Saturday night. So again, 4 to 8 p.m., then all's quiet after that. And then check this, 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, because we have another low chance of severe storms on Sunday. There's noon, and by 3 p.m., we're going to watch some. Is this new data that's just come in? It sure looks like it on Sunday. Yep, that's okay. Go ahead and go through it. Let's just see what it looks like. There's 5 p.m., there's 6. The storms on Sunday have been trending farther north of the Red River. Earlier model data was showing the storms Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., kind of tracking along the Red River, okay? This area here, Wichita Falls, Archer City, and then tracking along the Red River with some quarter-size hail and with some 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's our severe weather threat on Sunday. And it's Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., okay? 4 p.m. until 8 p.m., okay? So that's the way it looks right now. Let's go back to that Navarro County storm real fast if we could. Let's check that out on the radar. Navarro County. All quiet here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Here's our one storm. We still have the severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect right now, and now the tornado warning that's been in effect for about 30 minutes. Tornado warned storm has not produced anything that we have seen. We've had 0 reports of anything, but this tornado warning goes until 9 o'clock tonight, and there it is. A tornado warned storm until 9 o'clock tonight. That's for Navarro County. That's southeast of the Metroplex. Richland Chambers, here's the reservoir. Cedar Creek up here, right in between the two, we have Kearns, and that's where we have our tornado warning right now. So that's what's happening at this point across North Texas. I do expect there could be another thunderstorm here pop up over the next, mainly to the south, but we are watching these thunderstorms. And if anything develops, we will keep you updated. Of course, in about 1 hour, we will have the latest on the day's news, all of the weather. Thunderstorms are certainly in the forecast. Thunderstorms are certainly in the forecast for Saturday, even a chance on Sunday. We still have a chance on Monday before we dry out as we head through the day on Tuesday. But remember, this Navarro County storm, we have a tornado warning until 9 o'clock. Now, this tornado warned storm in Navarro County has weakened greatly. Jesse, have you seen that, how this storm has weakened? The rotation seems to be as broad. We have a little bit of a notch. I don't know, maybe a little bit of a hook here, but we've been watching this for an hour and a half now, and we've had no reports of anything touching down or any reports of any rotation, anything like that. Anything that you're seeing with this storm here, Jesse, in Navarro County?
Definitely still not a huge concern here. With the rotation looks broad. I also got confirmation from our producer Jeff that Navarro County Emergency Management says there are no current reports of damage anywhere in the county.
Okay, so no damage anywhere. It's Doppler radar indicated. So what we're going to do, we're going to send you back to our regular programming here on WFAA Plus. We will see you tonight on WFAA at 10 o'clock. As always, keep it on WFAA Plus. It's 9 o'clock. The warning has ended. We'll keep you updated as we move through the evening.